Hello. Okay. Okay. Hey, everybody. What's going on, people? Am I the only one who thinks that I want to send bills on you? Like, hello? I want to send bills to her. Am I the only one who thinks that the learning module? There should even be one time somebody's gonna forget to send you a bill. Like, I just paid my down electricity bill, like, felt like yesterday. Maybe maybe a month ago, but it's not even a month ago, and they already had sent me a new bill. Like, can people, hello, Ellen in the sanctuary, can people not forget to send you a bill? Like, companies can hello, can we? Hello, God's favorite, how are you? Listen, I ain't gonna say anything about Instagram. Y'all are covered with Illinois Sanctuary. You need information, she's got you. But I'm telling you, I was gonna say NEPA bill. Can you tell I have Nigeria in my mind? Right? Wishful thinking. I know. I was gonna say NEPA bill. No, what's your NEPA? It's not NEPA. Electricity bill, water bill. I went to Florida with the boys. I didn't even know where Omar to send. They capture your car. Now they said don't stop. Go through the toll. I say they're going to send you, like, with your car tag, they trace you down, send you a bill. $4, really? State of Florida, you cannot forget $4. Like, you literally, even the envelope, the paper, the stamp, the ink to write my name, I bet you it's more than $4. I bet you it's more than $4. But you took all that trouble to send me a bill of $4. America, we healthy. America, my everything. Yeah. I had a consultation today with someone who says he has worked all he can, saved his money, built his mansion in Enugu State. He is going home. He ain't paying no more bills. Exactly, Illinois. It costs more than $4. But no, America, they're gonna send you the bill. Anyway, hi everyone. It's Tuesday and it feels like Thursday because it's been a roller coaster week. I got criminal trials coming up. I got it's gonna be the next 3 weeks is gonna be crazy. So pray for me and the strength. Oh no, America will not leave a cent. I'm telling you. Hi everyone. This is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olale, or as the Americans would say, Olale. If I hear one more person say Olale, I've heard that pronunciation like 200 times between yesterday and today. Olale. Plan to build mansion in South Africa. I'm telling you. Listen, I don't blame him. He sent me the photos. Like, why he says, I mean, this is a guy that always worked. I used to tell him, do you ever stop? Because I have a goal. He's been able to meet his goal. So those of us who still plan to live in the United States, we will keep doing the cycle. But anyway, thank you, Lindsay. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you've got an immigration case, if it's a case that we handle, we can and do represent immigration clients regardless of state you live in. If you're wondering what the heck I just said, basically, I can represent you anywhere you live in the United States when it comes to immigration cases only. So contact us if you're on. Miss Kiwa, how are you? Thank you. My big kid is graduating high school with highest honors. I am proud. I am so proud of that kid of mine. It is, knock on wood, thank you, Jesus. But I'll tell you one thing that I think really is where so it's going to be 5 years since your dad and I got a divorce. And who filed for divorce? I did. It's me. I'm the problem. But anyway, one of the things that I decided, it was not an amicable divorce. No, it was not. So if you see pictures of us smiling today, it took a lot of work. And part of that work was prayer, and the bigger goal of making sure that even though we are divorced, my um my children did not divorce their dad. They didn't divorce their mom. It's got nothing to do with them. And by God, I said nothing. That was one prayer I had then, that God give me the strength to look past any issues between my ex-husband and I, and focus more on these kids that are innocent in all of this craziness. And my concern was because their grades was going to be affected. They're adjusting to new homes. It was just a new thing. But I decided that regardless of anything, I will communicate with my ex-husband. For a long time, we're not even talking, it was just text. But there was no breakdown in communication when it came to these boys. Not one single time. Now, here and there, I've said, okay, no, you need to come, because I actually had the opposite issue. Because you have a lot of moms who want to use the kids as pawn and won't let dad see them. No, I was the opposite. I was the one who was like, remember, you're supposed to come get them, because I need to take a break. So, but when your oldest kid tells you that sometimes he actually forgets that you're divorced, that is a testament to God's strength and God's wisdom working in you as parents. And so I say all that to say this: the foundation for kids and stability is that also helps them. And yes, a kid has to be smart, a kid has to be interested, but a lot of smart kids that do not have stability and they're not doing well in school because they don't have the foundation. So the one thing, he and I were talking, now we talk, we listen, we laugh and all that. We're talking that, we have formed a partnership in spite of different households, that these kids, like my kids, do not go 5 years now. They never have to pack a bag to go to the other person's house. They get in the car and they go. It's so made it as stressless as possible. And hey, they want to go see dad after school. Who cares? Listen, the more time I can give myself, the better. And not cool. Thank you, Jesus. It's just been grace. It's been grace. It's thank you, Lord. It's been great. Listen, it's been easy, no, but it's been grace. It's been favor. It's been determination and being intentional. That I don't care how much. I don't hate my ex-husband, but I'm just using I don't care. Let me say, I don't care how much you as someone hates the other person. It does not have anything to do with the children. Has nothing to do with the children. I cannot teach my kids how to be men. I can only teach them what a woman's perspective is. But can they ask for a better father? No. I would not sit here and lie. Because from day one, those kids have been taken care of. Private school tuition, whatever it is, education they need, insurance, whatever. And I do my part. So it's just being God's grace. And when your kid says, I actually forget that you guys are divorced, that made me cry that day. But it is just watching us and saying, you know what? High five, partner. In spite of, we thank God. So really proud of them. Today was TJ is back from his field trip. Yesterday was SJ's day. Today's TJ's day. Really, really proud of them. Then again, they have a Nigerian mother who can cut their necks off if they bring me any kind of crazy grade. Like I buy my kid, like my oldest is 18, so by law I can't punish him anymore. That's what the U.S. government says. So I still have TJ. I'll buy them stuff to use as weapons because I'm required to put a roof over your head, to feed you, and to send you to school. Those are the only three things I'm required to do. Everything else is a bonus. So if you want to have something, you want to have a PS5, you are going to work for it. By work, you're going to show me your grades. You cannot get less than a 90 in my household. There's going to be consequences. You probably won't play your phone you won't have your phone for like a whole week. Yes, that's me. But anyway, we thank God. But thank you, Miss Giwa. All right. If you need to contact us, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, the information is scrolling across your screen. I'm dealing with a headache. So if you see me screening, I'm screening a lot because I'm just getting through a migraine from Friday. Yeah. But it's getting better. Visit our website, olalayalawfirm.com. Number is 334-341-4475 for those on TikTok, because I don't have anything on TikTok. I don't have an Illinois sanctuary on TikTok. If you need to, once again, 334-341-4475. Let's talk immigration, people. Okay. On Thursday, because I think today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Thursday, I talked about divorce decrees, especially divorce decrees from Nigeria being an issue. 2 years ago, if you'd asked me 2 years ago, listen, if I filed your case 2 years ago, I probably never looked at your divorce decree, didn't think anything of it, because it was not an issue then. Are you divorced? Okay, were you married before? Yes. Okay, do you have a divorce decree? TJ, do you have a divorce decree? Yes, here it goes. Okay, going to add it to... Hey, kiddo, you good? All right, just checking and making sure you're good. Go to add it to your file. Everything's fine. It was not an epidemic as it is right now. But if you come and today, fast forward 2 years later, if you have a marriage-based case, and you've been married before, and you tell me your divorce is from Nigeria, Nigerian said it's not about the country. It's just about the way USC. It's about the way USCIS has not termed that as considered the one. What you got?
On my physical, you put date of birth 8/20/23.
Oh, I put. Weren't you born this year? No. A lot of people were asking about you when you went to Washington. You want to come say hello? That's my baby. Isn't he the most handsome 12-year-old you've ever seen? If I do say so myself. All right, bye. All right, I'm going to print it. Let me have it. I'll print it another one, and then I'll listen.
I would put this 7th grade for grade.
Don't tell me what to do, kid. Bye.
Well, that's what they're going to want.
Oh, Jesus.
Because if they wanted the grade to go in, they would have said that.
That's why I have a migraine. But anyway, so it's been an epidemic. And now if you come to my office, you say, hey, Sister Lemons, right? Okay, well, let's get divorced in Nigeria. Okay, number one thing, if I even give you a fee, because I ain't going to waste your time on my time, let me see that divorce decree. If somebody can leg in any way, no, we ain't doing it. So to piggyback on that, I am going to talk about remarriage after new divorce. So a lot of people reached out, and I have a girl, Lydia, who does social media messages. I don't. If it's not a text message that is coming to the actual office phone, which I'm not the only one who has access to, but that is one thing I know I see all the time. YouTube and Facebook. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So a lot of people sent us messages after Thursday's show saying, hey, Sister Lawyer, so okay, let's assume everybody went to check the divorce decrees. I'm not trying to make anyone afraid, but it's being, hello, Miss Sabina, how are you? Oh, my two ladies are here. It's being so bad where there was a recent denial. And I think I said it on Thursday, where USCIS says, even if we can find it online, even in spite of you producing authentication from us, from your Minister of Foreign Affairs or Minister of Interior, we still may not believe it, but because now we know that it's possible to have divorce decrees that are fraudulent, easily gotten from Nigeria, right there in somebody's denial notice. That's how bad it is. So If you have any question whatsoever about your divorce decree, so a lot of people reach out like, I cannot. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now? Oh, shoot. All right, can you hear me? You should be able to hear me now. Okay. So I use TJ's old phone for TikTok, and whenever he has his AirPods in, I didn't notice that he had it, but I just saw it. It would connect, so I just turned that off. Okay, perfect. Um, Thank you. It means you guys are listening. I appreciate that. So, people like to say, where I cannot authenticate a divorce. I don't authenticate documents. I don't. But because I've seen so many of this craziness with USCIs and things they make a big deal of, it should be LD if it's legal division rather than ID. It should be WD if it's a wife divorce, but you put HD and the wife was a petitioner. It doesn't have a full year, 4 digits. It doesn't have a irretrievable breakdown of marriage ground. So they come, or it's not 90 days between nisi and absolute. If you can avoid all of that craziness, then the best thing to do is just to get a new divorce in the states you live in here in the United States. The day they start to doubt their own court orders from their own state courts, then we got a bigger problem. But that's going to be the best practice. Get a new divorce. Remarriage after new divorce. Should you do you have to get remarried to your spouse that you're now currently married to in order for you to now proceed with your case? Or if you've already gotten married, you have a pending case, now you do a new divorce from the former spouse where that divorce decree was questionable. Do you now have to remarry your current spouse that you're still married to, you thought your marriage is valid? Or do you need to remarry that person? And if you do, how does that affect your pending immigration case? Okay, gonna paint a few scenarios and let's see how we can address those. So example number one, you are right in the middle of filing a new a green card application. You're married. USCIS decides your Nigerian divorce or your Ghanaian divorce, whatever the case may be, is not genuine enough, right? They find fault with it and they send you a notice of intent to deny, saying, we don't believe this is a genuine document. We doubt that you were actually legally free to marry your current spouse. Let's assume they've denied your case. The next thing is, what's your solution? Do you get a new divorce from your former spouse? It will be best to do that. The next question a lot of people ask me is, it's a new divorce here. Is that not me admitting that, yes, I actually did give them something fraudulent in the first place to start with? No, because they have already told you that they're not going to accept that. They're saying it's fraudulent and you're not going to be able to get past that in spite of all the letters you've sent from Lagos High Court saying it's genuine and all that, because they're saying it's not real, so you're not legally free to marry. Only other option is to get a new divorce in the state you live in here. Will it come up in your interview? Most likely. But then that's what we've told them when I've had interviews like that. We still don't think the divorce decree that was initially submitted was fraudulent. The only reason that this person had to get a new divorce here is because you said you weren't going to accept that. So what other choice do they have but to divorce the former spouse all over again and have a new divorce decree that USCIS will recognize? End of story. Okay. So you get a new divorce. So to deny your case, you get a new divorce, you file, right? Then you present, you want to go ahead and file. Or you deny, and the question then is, should you now go ahead and file your case? Or do you now have to remarry your current spouse? Stay with me here, people, before filing. So best practice, if you've already gotten a denial, right? USCIS has already denied your case based on a divorce decree issue. You've gotten a new divorce from your former spouse to take care of that issue. And you have not now, because you don't have anything pending, you're going to be filing something new. I always err on the side of caution and say, file a new, remarry your current spouse. Have a new date that is post that new divorce from a spouse. The exception is this. Now, there are states where their common law marriages are recognized. Texas is one example. Oklahoma is another example. Common law marriage is technically where you and your partner are living together, right? You're living together. You carry on as husband and wife, or partner and partner, whatever the case may be, and everybody knows you to carry on as a couple in a relationship, as if you were legally married. In common law states, whenever you get a divorce to fix the old marriage that they said wasn't valid, the effect of being in a common law state is, as long as after this new divorce you get, you are still in a marital union with your partner, still carrying on as husband and wife, partner and partner, and everybody deems you as being a married couple, and you have evidence to support that, then your marriage to that person will still be deemed to be valid in spite of getting a new divorce from your former spouse. I probably have confused everybody, but I'm just trying the best I can to explain the best I can. No pun intended. Okay. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two. So the best practice, just to answer that question, remarriage after new divorce. Should you remarry? It is always best. If you're just going to be starting, it's best for you to remarry and file. Exception to that is if you are in a common law marriage state and you already have a case that is in progress, right? And you get a new divorce from your former spouse in anticipation that USCIS is going to have an issue with your divorce decree. They send you an RFE, you weren't surprised about it, or they send you a notice of intent to deny, you were expecting it, then you send in the new divorce. It will work if you live in a common law state, like I just explained, where you're still carrying on as husband and wife, partner and partner after the new divorce, and as long as you have your state code to back that up. That helps. That also is very helpful if you have like a VAWA case. VAWA cases, you cannot, for the most part, now there are some couples who are still married, they get divorced and even remarry and abuse continues and all that. But for the most part, most people are already living apart from the abuser, or it's just not going to be practical for them to not remarry that person. In that situation, if you have an issue with your divorce decree, keep in mind, I was telling someone earlier today in a consultation, if USCIS doubts your divorce decree in a regular marriage case, understand something. You cannot now turn around and do VAWA with thinking it would not come back. No, VAWA is the same thing as a regular marriage case. There's no difference. It's a marriage-based petition. The only thing that is omission and addition, or subtraction and addition, is you're subtracting your spouse. You're no longer need them to be a petitioner. You are filling in as the petitioner for yourself because you have been subjected to abuse. You're only replacing an I-130 with an I-360. It's still a marriage case. One of the requirements in that is you need a qualifying relationship. Qualifying relationship means you are legally free to marry at the time you marry your spouse. So in cases where you cannot remarry the person because you've been in an abusive relationship, then, let's see. Okay. In cases like that, then you don't have a choice. If you are in a common law common law marriage state, that helps you to get a new divorce, and then it retroactively makes your current marriage valid as long as you're still legally married to the abuser. It's not practical for you to remarry an abusive spouse. In that situation, then you can take advantage of living in a common law marriage state. If you're not in the common law marriage state, then truth be told, that's probably going to be the end of your petition, unless by some miracle you're able to convince USCIS that the authentication that has been done from Nigeria, and let us know that, also signed by someone from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, whatever the case may be. If they buy that, all well and good. So best practice is, after a new divorce, before you even start a new filing, remarry your current spouse. It doesn't, save yourself the time and the money. And just remarry current spouse, start all over again. If you're right dead in the middle of it, say a prayer and hope that God covers one eye of the officer and the other one is a bad eye. And they just, I'm trying to just lighten things up so people don't, but it is a serious issue. It is something that is as being almost the number one, not almost, it is the number one reason why a lot of our cases are being denied. Divorce decree. So let's just try to fix that. Another question I got a lot of, or we got a lot of from Thursday was, okay, so Laura, somebody a new divorce, and I want to start afresh, right? Do I still have to now divorce my current spouse, the person I'm married to that's going to be filing for me? Am I required to divorce that person and then remarry them, or can I just straight up remarry them? Now, I don't know about any other states outside the state of Alabama, because that is going to be state specific, because family law is state specific. In my state, if their marriage was not valid, meaning it was void, there's a difference between void and voidable. Void is as if it never existed. There is a requirement for you to get an annulment. In that case, you're not getting a divorce. You will get an annulment. Annulment is basically the same thing. It's just like you have record to show. Annulment, basically, the effect of annulment is as if that marriage never happened. So once an annulment is granted, so let's assume you've been married, you seek an annulment of that marriage. Once the court signs off on it, it's going to be deemed as, and if you are applying or filling out an application, it says, have you ever been married before? You can legally say no, because that's the effect of an annulment. But as far as your state, that's something you would have to discuss with a family law attorney. And that's all she wrote. That's all. That's all I got. That's all I got, people. Let's get to questions. Let us get to questions. Questions. Okay. 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐵 Welu. TikTok people. Can my husband file for me with his 10-year, I'm assuming you mean 10-year green card. I'm illegal in the USA. You can file an I-130 for you, but you would not be able to get your green card unless and until he becomes a citizen. That would make you an immediate relative, depending on if you yourself enter the country legally. Let's see. Okay. How long take underage child to bring U.S. permanent resident? I don't understand your question. Okay, let's see. He is Mr. Handsome. Thank you. My baby. That's my baby. Let's see. Why is it taking so long for my husband's LPR card to renew 10-year? I don't know. Can I go to my home country on a conditional green card? Absolutely. It's a green card. It's just for 2 years. How long does it take to get work permit from VAL? It depends on the category you filed. So if you filed your green card application at the same time, then you would have selected a C9 category work permit. And that will, it's taking them anywhere from 4 months or a year, sometimes less, sometimes more. But if you file a C31, then that's most likely not going to be issued until your VAL petition has been approved. After you remarry again, well, USCIS still go back to the old reasons they denied before. They can do that regardless of whether it's remarriage, whatever reasons that if you've ever had a denied case, a case denied, if there are issues or denial grounds that may affect your new case, they're definitely going to bring it in your new case. So the fact that you remarry and starting afresh doesn't mean that they're going to forget about it. Someone was asking me today, so does USCIS have your entire record, or is it possible to erase it? USCIS, DHS, DOS, the US government, the very first time you make contact with US government, they have your record. From the time you apply for visitor visa, they're that's basically how it is. They're trilling to have it. They ain't getting rid of anything, especially now that everything is electronic. No, they're not getting. They have your record, so you don't think that's something you did. A guy applied for a visitor visa 27 years ago, and he's a citizen. That's a good thing for him. He filed for his daughter, and because he has. So he got his green card, but then he married somebody much younger than he. So he's got a younger kid. Okay. Filed for the daughter as a green card holder, right? So he's a citizen, but go back to when he filed for the daughter as a green card holder. They pulled off. Now everything is squared out. 27 years ago is when he filed for his visitor visa. When he filed for his daughter, they pulled his record, saying that when he applied for a visitor visa 27 years ago, he indicated that he was married. And he 27. Some people are, listen, can't remember what I ate yesterday, but that's what he felt. And they sent, so we did a FOIA request and saw that he actually did indicate that he was married. And argued that, well, he said that because that's what tradition says we should do. But if they had asking for paperwork, there'll be nothing to produce and all that. Point being, they keep records. So don't think because something happened years before, or because a different case, or you remarry somebody, no, it will come back. Okay. Okay, this is after you marry US. Okay, that's one I just did. Had my I-130 interview 30 years ago. No response yet. When should I expect it? I do not know. That's up to them. My husband is on disability. Can he file for adjustment for me? He's not filing for adjustment. You're filing adjustment. Can you file a petition that you're going to base your adjustment on? Yes, he can. Most likely, if his disability income reaches the minimum income requirement, that's good. If it does not, then you need a joint sponsor. I was married twice in Nigeria. Should I submit both divorce documents? Absolutely. Going through a divorce now, can I still file for 10 years even if my 2 years is expired? You have to file to remove the conditions of your residence, or you'll place you in deportation, removal proceedings. So you have to. It doesn't have anything to do with you. You just select your divorce ground. Okay. Can you apply for the work permit before 150 days? On what kind of case? Are you talking asylum? Are you talking green card, marriage green card? What case? Can I file for my auntie? There's no aunt. That's a preference category for aunties. Is public charge still affecting green card now? It depends on who is filing the green card. When your parent comes to the U.S., when can you file for them with a visa? I don't understand that question. My mother has filed an I-601 for fraud, but no answer from U.S. for 8 months. How to expedite? Send a letter to them asking them to expedite and give the reasons why you're asking for them to expedite that. Okay. Filing for green card and work authorization, which come first now? There are some situations. I've had cases where the green card came before the work authorization, and I've had cases where green card was approved and they just closed the work authorization application because green card was already received by the client. Okay, let me go to Facebook. I'm going to have to get off early today. Happy New Month to you. Happy New Month, everybody. It might be new. My brain is not well. Hello, Miss Pamela. Thank you. Happy New Month, Miss Gibson. Your nephews are doing good. They're not driving their mama crazy today, so it's good. Hello, Miss Erlyn Tutuola. How are you? Yeah, Miss Gibson, that's your nephew. Good evening, Mr. West. How is it going? I was denied based on marriage purpose and filed for VAR. Now I want to use my parole, but my fear is I didn't get my reason for denial. Do a FOIA request so you can get your record and hopefully you get that in your FOIA request. Hello, Mr. Brown. G-Doma, I think that's the same person, so the same answer. Does USCI or do USCI's officers put weight in affidavits written by individuals used to help prove your marriage? Affidavits always come in handy for that. Do you file this in your practice? Yes. The child with my ex-husband is late. I'm so sorry about that. Will I still legally claim? Yes, to having a child. I usually do because I've had clients like that. I usually do, and then we'll put a note on the last page of a form that says explain that you haven't time, space to explain. Then we'll explain why we're saying yes and why or obviously we don't put a date of birth, but then we put an explanation on the last page. Okay, let's see. Thanks for the referral. July's an amazing layer. I'm going to tell him. Let me take a screenshot of them. Hope you don't mind, people, because I'm going to send it to him. You're welcome. I don't know I think I know who you are. Okay, but yeah. Miss Eleanor Sanctuary, how's your end there? Okay. This adulting life is not adulting. I'm telling you because I want to check my mailbox. TUS but then you go, sisi lawyer, you order. After 10 you go tax test on last year, after my father. But no, it's gonna be bills. Open the mailbox, it's bills. You can't turn it anyway. It's kilo day America, kilo day gone. No, can't you just leave my mailbox just for 1 month? Just not even asking for the whole year, just 1 month. Leave it alone. Y'all forget the bill. Can the government pass a law that says, okay, but when 1 month you're not paying any bills? Because Eleanor Sanctuary, exactly. If I don't pay this, they'll send reminders. Spend like $200 trying to get $4. Somebody make it make sense. But I got excellent credit, so this kind of things, because this way you can make life miserable for you. So I don't play such things. I work too hard to have my 812. I think is my score. I work too hard to let the $4 not mess it up. I ain't doing it. I just give them the $4, let them have it, and yeah, they will not know Cynthia McQuay. You would have to add the 1 cent that you owe them into it. So I protect my credit very, very too much. Like I have all the blocks on it, so all the locks on it. So let them take their $4. Let them take it. It's okay. You always talk like Kemi Oluloyo. Can you tell them that your brain is not really sharp? Someone has told me that, and I always say I want to Google the woman, but I think she is a journalist. I think, but thank you. And hey, mama, my mama is on. So I recently got hired as the immigration attorney for yet another university, and today the very, very first H-1B. So they gave me quite a bit, but the very first one we filed was approved today. So it's like great start. So I emailed the president of the school like, hey, it's me again. You know that girl in Demopolis? It's me. Just so you know, y'all, because so it's predominantly school, and I mean, it's not, but they reached out, they said, we've heard great things about you, we're just going to see how it goes, and God spoke on my behalf, and here we are. And so it was just really good to be able to send them that information and say, hey, yeah, absolutely, Miss Illinois. Your relationship should never affect none of that. You can force people to be in kids' life, you can force someone else to do what's right. You're responsible for you. As long as you do what's right by your kids, leave everybody else alone, and leave them to God. But if everybody can come together, thank you, Miss Ayoli, and come together and work towards a common goal for the kids. Yeah. Hello, Finest Shandy. How are you? What's going on? Oh, Finest Shandy. So I think you contacted my office because I got an email saying, yeah, you know what it is. Thank you, Miss Gila. My most important job is being a mother. So, and this is the hierarchy of things. It used to be, okay, God, being a mom, being a wife, then somehow I find time. But I turned 40 and 5 years ago, and I said, oh, I know, no, this one life to live. I'm going to change that order. It says God and then myself. If I'm not mentally well, I cannot function on any other level. So I take care of me. Then I take care of my kids. Because I can only be the best version of a mother that I want to be when it starts from here. So, and God knows that has been, so I always say, my full-time job is being a mother, and I practice a lot of my spare time. But first things first, I take care of my mental health so that I can be as good a mother that I want to be. Do we drop the ball from time to time with parents? Of course we do. Kids don't come with manuals, but it is what it is. So, well, we all have to learn to do that. He's so handsome. Is she gone? Fine like his mama, right? Illinois Sanctuary in a bit. Nigerian, not tonight. Jollof rice wars, not tonight. But then again, what the hell? Let's see it. Let's see it. I'll just be watching. Yeah, no, yeah, I think I realized after a while. You sent a message last week on this issue. Okay, maybe I didn't see it, but anyway, we'll talk. Represent immigration clients in all 50 states. For consultations, contact 334-341-4475 or visit www.olalealawfirm.com to schedule your consultation. I couldn't say it better. Thank you, Illinois Sanctuary. Fine, Shandy. Yes, we'll talk. We'll talk. Because there's more questions to be asked than just a yes or no. Can you elaborate on remarriage after naturalization by U.S. citizen spouse and then applying for a new spouse? Once there is, so if you're still a green card holder, you're not generally you cannot file for a new spouse within 5 years of getting a green card. Exception to that is as long as you can prove that you're married to, if you got your own green card through marriage. Exception to that is you have to prove that your marriage through which you got your green card was valid, it was good faith, in addition to proving the new marriage is in good faith. And once you become a citizen, that no longer applies to you. So 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓 Esquire, so I guess you're a lawyer too. Once your spouse or your soon-to-be spouse becomes a citizen, then they get married. There's nothing holding them from now filing for a new spouse. So in a situation like that, do you divorce the current spouse too for you to remarry? Then that's exactly what I explained later on. That I cannot tell you about your state. I can only tell you about my state, Alabama. But whether or not you have to get an annulment, not a divorce, an annulment in your state, or there's another word, there's another phrase somebody told me in their state, but that's something you would have to ask a family law attorney in your state. Yeah, so I guess a lot of people have that question. So I guess, yep. All right, Fantasy Andy, absolutely looking forward to that. How long should I wait to marry and file after a divorce with my former spouse? How long you're going to wait to remarry depends on the laws of your state. I disclaimer, this is just general information. My head hurts, people. This is just general information. I always have a bottle of painkillers around me. That's why I don't drink, I don't smoke, because but I'll use my state of Alabama as an example. In my state, once you get divorced, you're required to wait 60 days before you can marry somebody else, unless you are remarrying the person you just got divorced from. If you're not remarrying the person you just got divorced from, in the state of Alabama, you have to wait 60 days before you can remarry somebody else. Every state is different. There's some states that do not have a waiting period. There's some states it's 30 days. Ask a family law attorney in your state. I should try. So Fenty HBIC, which you know what, okay. I've tried that. It came off as orange. So I'm glad you noticed, because I literally just got this Boss Lady from the lip bar, and I am loving it. I've always worn Milani, just like my hair. People say, do you wear your hair another way? None of your business. It's on my head, and I can get up and not worry about it, because I just have to, push it up, brush it. That's it for my hair. I can focus on something else. So I wore Milani Red Devotion for years, and then they discontinued it. I'm like, why? Why not? Why? But why? But like they say, if you ain't broke, don't fix it. But why? Anyway, I had to find something, and someone actually told me, go check out the lip bar. And I ordered, it's like, okay, let's go. It's not my devotion, but I'm tweaking and tweaking until, but yeah, we'll see. I've won it all day, so I guess it lasts. Um, but no, I have Mac Ruby whatever. I have it. It's kind of like red, wineish red or reddish wine. I don't know how to describe that. Okay. My girls got it on this Instagram. I ain't even saying nothing, people. They got you guys. How long does it take on average to get your work permit after your biometrics? Once again, biometrics doesn't have anything to do with work permit. I have many work permits that are issued without biometrics, but sometimes it is just coincidental, and you may, but I go by how long it takes them to issue a work permit itself, and it can go from 4 months to a year. I got a letter stating they don't need fingerprint on my VAD case. It's the second time I'm receiving this. I converted. Bloom, if this makes you feel better, on Thursday, we got a whole batch of USCIS will reuse your fingerprint, yada yada yada, for every almost half of my cases. Like my mail lady literally had to bring the bucket. I was like, what in God's name is going through? And I was like, okay, I know I've had a lot of cases. I don't think we would this many cases. We start opening that, and it was, we can't really use your fingerprint. We're like, and they're talking about raising fees. Of course, you're going to raise fees when you're wasting supplies. But so you're not the only one getting that. I just became naturalized by marriage under 3-year rule. My husband is divorcing me. We've been married for 5 years now. Can I remarry and petition for someone? You can, but I would move forward cautiously. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. After promulgation notice, what else? Now your case is processed accordingly. You just wait. It's waiting. It's a waiting game. That's what it is. What's the reason for a change by USCIS backlog? They're backlogs. Hello, Mr. Rashid. How are you? Okay. Please don't go near Madam Kimmy. I don't even know who the woman is. But here, let's see. Can you please try to call me after your live show? You can call my office tomorrow or send me an email. Send me a text or an email. That's going to be faster for me to respond. It's not a good compliment. Listen, I am all for, I don't know who the person is. She's doing what she does. Whatever. I mean, it's just someone saying you sound like her. It's no big deal. It's no big deal at all, people. So yeah, Miss Ben and Miss Illinois, they're not even playing on Instagram. I'm not. Disclaimer: this is general information. General information. Check your state. It is general information. Okay, yes. I'm tweaking it, but we'll see. Hello, Epic Movement. How are you? How was your day? That was your favorite red lipstick to devotion, right? It's exactly. Devotion was the best thing that ever happened to black skin. If you are a red person, I have red in everything that I do. All my pillowcases are red because I have natural hair, so I have to use satin pillowcases. So, because cotton will pull natural hair, but they're all red. Like if you see my bedroom, it's like, Sissy Lawyer. They shock me. The underworld, let's see what with all this red panel to one. My office, this is my home. That's red. See, that's red behind me. That's red on the couch there. That's red under my TV. That's red everywhere. That's red everywhere. The interior of my car is red. Yeah, it's just red. It's a very strong color, and describes it personifies me that way. If it's not black, it's red. Yeah. And with black skin, there is you can't wear every kind of red. It's got to, there's some people who have skin tones that can get away with everything, but not everybody can. But anyway, all right, people. I don't know flow law. I don't know if anything about your profession influences your SCIs. If you're in the military, yes, there's obviously if you're a service person. But as far as you being police officer, you're not. This is the Nigeria where you intimidate people. But I don't know. You can find out. Thank you, Miss Chrissy. Tell her I said hello. All right. Why would your FOIA be denied if that was why would your FOIA will probably be denied if you did not submit proof that you're the one requesting it. So I do FOIA all day, every day. But obviously there's some requirements, especially if your case contains confidential information. There's some requirements you have to submit for them to give you a complete record. And I have people here who are represented I've done FOIA for without any problems. But anyway, once again, if we can help you, okay. Miss Eleanor says red lipstick, black outfit, multicolored nail polish, salt and pepper hair. Let's guess who that is. I'm telling you. Oh Lord. Y'all, those two ladies. Listen. We're gonna meet up soon. The day we meet up, we'll probably shut Instagram down. Like, yo, like, oh my God, it's Washa. Hopefully we'll end up in jail. Because I am not, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm I can be very introverted. Like my oldest kid is very introverted. He's not TJ. TJ is social butterfly of our home, is at the award ceremony today. Thank you, God bless. As they, when they called his name, all his friends were like, he just like popular jingle. And you school are popularity contest and shit. But that's TJ. But SJ on the other hand, TJ is his dad. Like they love people. They love people. They are people. I mean, my ex-husband is a physician. He is. You've got to. There, people would say that some physicians don't have the best bedside manners. When I tell you, people, I'm not even saying this. Listen, I would have said even 5 years ago when I first filed for divorce. If there's something wrong with me, and he can fix it, I will go to him before I go to another doctor. Bedside manners are. Now people are like, okay, so why are you divorced? There's a whole lot of. We're better as friends. Now we're friends, so it's good. We're in different stages of life. But, yeah, his dad didn't like people. Esther, on the other hand, you would think because of my job, dealing with people every day. When I come home, if I'm texting you late at night when I'm home, better believe that I love you. Like you've got a special place in my heart. Because for the most part, you're gonna text me, ain't gonna respond until Jesus comes back. If it's work related, yes, obviously, but personal life, just don't call me, don't visit me, just leave me the hell alone. Okay. Trouble but no green card because I was taking a U.S. stance about 2 years ago when I got a stamp. That's fine. Your extension letter should be fine. I always tell people before you go take a stamp, if you have a conditional residency card, you have a 754 pending. Before you get the extension, if you have to go to get a stamp, make sure you get make a photocopy of your green card. My brain works that way. I make photocopies of everything, like everything. There's some things I make photocopy of, then I look in my phones, like, because we have scanners and all. And I go through and like, I'll be so lucky to show I scanned it. What is it going to do? Well, because it's a creature of habit. But anyway, all right, people. Thank you so much for always joining me. My head is kicking in, so we'll see how Thursday goes. Pray for me because I get this really really bad migraines and just lingers for a while. But if we can help you with your immigration case, Rafahi, if you call my office 334-341-4475, we can set up a consultation for you. Thank you, Miss Creasy. But you guys know it's a new month. It's May, second day of May. I want you to agree with me in faith that regardless of what this month may bring, nothing is going to steal your joy. We're going to agree in faith that this is going to be the best month yet in 2023. That the first 4 months may have been, but God has started this new month. May it bring blessings. May it bring fruitfulness. May it bring fulfillment. May it bring showers of joy, of abundance, God's grace. May it bring us honor and excellence in all that we do. And may it bring and teach us patience. I struggle with patience. I'm an instant gratification person. If you're Nigerian, if you're West African, generally, we want it done right now. But I'm still learning that I cannot rush God. And no matter how impatient I get, what he has decided and the time God decides is going to happen is not going to change. What will change is me deciding that I will teach myself and allow myself to embrace that grace and the courage to learn to be patient and to wait on him, because I don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. I'm not forcing my religion on anyone. I'm just saying, if you come to this platform, you already know I don't hide it. It is who I am. It is my being. It is how I was raised by my mother. I know no other way but the God way. And nothing else has worked for me in my entire life outside of trusting that I am God's own and he will take care of everything that concerns me, because I know the plans he has for me are not for evil. And I know the plans he has for each and every one of us, each of you, is not for evil. I want us to agree in faith and pray for one another, and rather than bring one another down, but rejoice with everyone whose cases are approved. Empathize with people whose cases are not approved. Y'all need to see me whenever I get a case that is denied or get an email. Like, people who work with me always tell me that you're going to worry yourself to death on something that you cannot control or you cannot guarantee from day one. Yes, I know it's very clearly stated, but because I know what it feels like for that person to now try to figure out, okay, what is next? What's my next option? It's something that I cannot dissociate myself from. It is who I am. It's part of why God has put me in this position to do this work. But I also understand that in doing this work, there's some days that will not go the way we want it to go, but it doesn't change who God is. And as long as we remember that God does not change, situations will change. And our prayer is that it changes for better for us, for our good, but God does not change. But trusting and knowing that which we have focused on, focus on God, and then he will direct our path. He would line, he will line up things for us. He will put people in the right places. He will take out the people that do not have to be there. Those who want to disrupt our future or give us make us have a detour, they will be removed. Bible says, he that rolls a stone, it shall roll back upon him. He that digs a pit, it shall fall therein. It may look like the enemy may be having an upper hand, but trust and believe that the enemy never has an upper hand. There's nothing any enemy can do without God's consent. It doesn't mean God is one in charge, but it just means that there's nothing. The devil had to ask Jesus for permission. There's nothing anyone can do without God's consent. Yes, Miss Grace said the same yesterday, today, and forever. So as long as we remember that, remember, things may change, but God never changes. And he is going to accomplish and complete that which He has started in all of us. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Okay, okay. Now to go. And now, and now, and now.